So let's talk first high level. For those of you that NationBuilder is somewhat new or you haven't used NationBuilder on a campaign before, want to make sure that we're all on the same page going into this webinar about why use the platform. And in order to start answering that question, I want to talk about the complement of systems that a municipal campaign needs. So NationBuilder as your contact management system, or you might, as you might refer to it, your campaign database, or your your CRM. So you might hear campaigns calling it various things, but it only can be used effectively if you've got a robust core team, set of core team tools that allows you essentially to generate the leads, get the pieces that you need to get done, whether that's website design or Canvas data management. And so the webinar we did last week, the core team toolkit for project management, that is designed and it as a first step. So if you have if you're planning a campaign, or you're underway and you're just getting started and maybe you're feeling you're not getting the most out of NationBuilder, I'd recommend looking at the set of tools that you've provided for your team to manage projects. And that was, I said, the last webinar. Okay, so NationBuilder exists within a suite of tools for a campaign. However, we're covering it because it's a particularly powerful central campaign database for a number of reasons. So let's now get in and talk about some of those reasons of why campaigns would choose NationBuilder, and why we've seen it be really effective on municipal campaign municipal level in particular. So just give me one moment. I'm going to share a different screen. And I think when I was showing you before, when I was talking through how to find the Choose Technology resources, I'm realizing I think that was in a different screen you may not have seen. So you should be able to see it now. If you can't, Alex or Tyler, if you could unmute and let me know. But when you click Choose Technology, this is all I was referring to, was this page where we have a summary of past topics as well under Get Started here. This is the page where you create your account. So apologies, I don't think you could have seen that before in the webinar. So we're going to be talking, this is Chris Moisey, of which Tyler on the line is the campaign manager for. And so NationBuilder, in selecting your campaign database, why might you choose NationBuilder? And certainly there are other platforms out there, and DemocracyKit covers a wide range of tools. In particular, NationBuilder is powerful because it brings under one roof what would typically be separate systems. So for those of you that know tools like Shopify, that's another good example for the business community that would bring the tools that you need in order to host an online shop. Similarly, NationBuilder is providing tools to run a campaign or a community organizing exercise. So NationBuilder has 4 modules. It has your contact management system, managing people, your contact database, okay, and we'll go over this in more detail. You've got website, you've got the ability to host multiple websites on any given nation. You've got the ability to send email blasts out through the system, and you've got the ability to process transactions, financial transactions. We can get into specifics. This is not a NationBuilder 101, so this is definitely not going to cover all of the modules. There's good support resources for NationBuilder on their site. We're looking to get into some of the, as I said, more advanced features. However, some of the things that you should, you want to consider if you're getting started is your pricing plan. So most municipal campaigns would start off on a monthly basis, and in order to get going, and you can usually get started at around $29 a month for at least your planning phase, and then the pricing increases as the number of emailable or contact records in your system increases, and so And so typically a $29 to $59, or potentially once you've built out your, you've got a larger community organized at the municipal level. If you've got 5,000 emails, for example, $89 is probably where you might end up in the last couple of months of your campaign going into E-Day. So this is, in terms of pricing, a couple other things that you need to figure out if you're going to host your nation, and this would be the same as any content management system or website that you're creating. You're going to have a domain for your campaign, and you can purchase that, at a number of whether it's a GoDaddy or a domains at cost. So you have to get your domain, and you might want to secure that as soon as possible. So for example, in Chris Moisey's case, it's chrismoisey.ca, right? And that's separate from NationBuilder. So you would purchase that on a third-party site. And then under settings here, you're going to be able to configure your domain. As I said, you could have multiple websites on a particular, nation. You're also going to want to set up a payment processor in order to process financial contributions. And in Canada, you're able to use Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net. Most municipal campaigns are going to be using PayPal or Stripe, which are, and the free versions of those. If you want to, there's the paid versions of Authorize.net or PayPal Payflow Pro. Those would be a little bit more costly. Okay, but the free versions, one great thing about NationBuilder is that it doesn't charge you any additional fees beyond what the payment processor charges. Okay, so those are a couple configuration notes, things to think about before you get started. And I want to now dive into some configuration just so that you understand going into getting started with NationBuilder. And give me one moment here. Okay, so that you understand what you're getting into in deploying NationBuilder. So often what I see municipal campaigns where they get either not fall down necessarily, but maybe get frustrated or don't necessarily understand how to proceed with NationBuilder, is understanding how you build out your website on the platform, how you would get your email blast set up, and for example, walk sheets for your Canvas, as well as integrating it with other platforms like a mobile canvassing tool. And so on this webinar, NationBuilder for Municipal Campaigns, I want to touch on and help you understand, these core concepts in using NationBuilder, and that's going to tee us up for the remainder of the series. We're going to get into campaign websites and website themes. We'll get into tools for communications, and on that, one of the tools we'll be talking about is NationBuilder for email blasting as well. Then we'll spend 2 webinars on canvassing, and in particular, canvassing using NationBuilder as well, a mobile canvassing, and we'll at least be looking at eCanvasser and potentially some other tools on that webinar. So in NationBuilder, if you're familiar with, say, WordPress or Shopify or other website content management platforms, NationBuilder has a similar approach in that it allows you to build out themes that you can then customize, and customizing a NationBuilder theme is not a trivial exercise, and so there are a number of things you can do to facilitate that process, either through use of NationBuilder documentation or likely working with a third-party expert or architect. And those NationBuilder, there's a directory of architects and experts on NationBuilder. NationBuilder's website. Okay, so let's just talk high level about themes, what we're talking about when we say a theme. So I'm going to show you a couple of themes here. So here, chrismoisey.ca, this is an example of a NationBuilder website theme, okay? And so NationBuilder has a number of page types built in. So if we go to the volunteer form, or let's say the contact form on at chrismoisey.ca. This page is a particular type of page called a feedback form in NationBuilder, and the styling of this page, so the sidebar showing up here, the Twitter widget, the way that the header is set up, all of that, those aspects of the page are defined by the website theme, okay? And so NationBuilder themes, you can just Google NationBuilder themes and it'll come right up here, the public theme. So NationBuilder has a relatively small library of themes compared to other platforms, mainly because it's certainly working with an expert or an architect is highly recommended if you want to customize the theme. Just given that that it is relatively complex. However, if you have a developer on hand or whatnot, you can certainly start with one of these public themes, copy it, and then customize it as you see fit. And so these public themes are available as you set up the platform, again, similar to what you might find with, say, a platform like Shopify in terms of the custom themes. And if you want to hire a NationBuilder architect, there is a directory, and that would be a separate conversation here, but just so that you know where to find that. Okay, so that's NationBuilder website themes. NationBuilder email themes. We're going to look at the control panel here, and we're going to go to, this is a demo nation, and we'll take a look at the email module here. And so you can see TeamKit. This is again an example from of Ground Force, my company, and so take a look here. So you can see we've got like a bit of a mishmash of setup here. This isn't but gives you a sense of what we mean by email theme, and so you can actually here under theme you could customize the email theme. If you have a developer, you could basically start from a public theme that NationBuilder provides, copy it, and edit as you see fit. Definitely in NationBuilder, it's really meant for relatively straightforward one-column emails. Getting into more complex layouts is not recommended. A platform like MailChimp would have more configuration options and definitely a more usable interface. However, from our experience, NationBuilder's email and one-column emails are totally sufficient for the needs of municipal campaigns in general. And so that's what we're talking about email themes. And then finally, and this is one feature of the system that we find that a lot of campaigns either don't know about or aren't using, and that is, let's take a look at list, that's walk sheets. Okay, so under the contact management system, people, and under lists, you're able to print sheets, okay? And similarly to website themes and email themes, you can create walksheet themes, okay? And so the out of the box walksheet themes that NationBuilder provides don't tend to have the best layout on the page for campaigns. They don't fit enough records on a page. So on the webinar 5, the managing Canvas and phone bank data, we're actually going to go over a custom walksheet, and that will have a more condensed layout, fit 25 plus records per page, and we'll go over how you can actually access that from DemocracyKit. So that I'm a little bit over time in my my intro to NationBuilder. Hopefully that gives you some context when you're thinking about the tool, about what you need in order to configure and get off the ground with NationBuilder. Again, the platform is highly functional. There's a lot to get to know about it, but it's because it is putting together what could otherwise be 4 separate platforms. For example, if you were using WordPress plus MailChimp plus PayPal or whatnot, you'd have to integrate those platforms. So this is a way to get your campaign off the ground quicker, although certainly there is a learning curve. So